The East Brunswick Human Relations Council, along with the East Brunswick Interfaith Clergy Council, co-sponsored a Conversation and Coffee Series event celebrating core religious tenets of peace and understanding at the East Brunswick Community Arts Center.
My name is Aram Shakir. I'm the chair of the East Brunswick Human Relations Council. We are having a Conversation and Coffee series events. We had one last year, and this is our second one. We partnered up with the East Brunswick Interfaith Clergy Council to have this event to discuss commonalities between all of our religions.
What do you see as a commonality in all of our beliefs as people who preside and work with a particular faith community? What has been your experience working across faiths?
Sikhs believe in one God, and to be clear, the definition of God as described by our founder, Guru Nanak, in our scriptures is, there is one God, the truth, the creator, without fear, without hate, undying, beyond birth and death, self-illuminated, realized by the grace of God. So as you can see, there are many common things with other religions in that statement. Sikhs believe that God is everywhere, at all times, before the beginning of time and the universe, and God will exist after to eternity. Some of the other things which are common amongst religions, a divine scripture or a leader, a reason for one's existence or the objective of life, love and compassion for the fellow being. Another common belief is the life after death, and God as limitless and all-pervading. So from this you can see that many elements of what the Sikhs believe in are common to many other religions.
The commonalities that I've seen in terms of from my faith tradition and what I've seen over the years of interacting with others and also studying somewhat other faith communities, and is number one, a sense of something greater than yourself. The divine that many of us, or the God that many of us would identify with, but not necessarily all. But that sense that there is something more and above and beyond ourselves. And that leads to oftentimes a purpose. And I think this is something that we severely lack, unfortunately, in popular culture today, that I think religion itself provides. That it provides a purpose, a reason, meaning to life, meaning to suffering. These things and tragedies as well as joys in life. It gives a perspective or an understanding of how to relate to these in our life's journey. So I think religion provides that framework of understanding regardless of the faith tradition. So that sense of, like I said, being above, or above, a being that is greater than oneself, which results in purpose. And what I've seen from commonality of religious traditions is the emphasis of how to connect with that divine or that being that is outside of ourselves is oftentimes in serving him, it's through serving man in one capacity or another, and serving each other. And I think this is something that the faith communities as well share in their own way, that the way you draw closer to God is, yes, in its ritual and spiritual elements that the tradition may outline, but it also results in how you conduct yourself in affairs and in service to others.
So when we come at commonalities, we're not looking for sameness. We're looking to bring holy curiosity, recognizing that what may be one faith tradition's end game, say salvation for Christianity, might be liberation for a Buddhist, but they're actually two very different things. And we want to honor each of those. So I just want to say it is so important when we are building communities that are diverse, that we look for commonalities, but we also honor the diversity that's there as it is.
According to Rabbi Hillel, the Golden Rule is so important that it is the essence of the Torah, the Jewish Bible. If you practice the Golden Rule, you have captured one of the most important elements of being Jewish. But of course, the Golden Rule is not unique to Judaism. It appears prominently in Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Taoism, and Islam, along with many other religions. In fact, in 1993, a conference came together with 143 religious leaders that encompassed the world's major faiths, and they endorsed the Golden Rule as part of their declaration towards a global ethic. So the more we join together as religious people, and the more we affirm the Golden Rule, the greater peace and understanding we will create in our world.
I find that we all hold firm in whatever it may be that to a belief in a power that is greater than ourselves. Whether we call that Abba, Creator, Lord, Allah, whatever we may call it, there is something bigger than us out there. That I think we can all, I speak for myself, but there's an underlining tone that we all long for a desire to live in peace and to live in harmony where justice and fairness prevail in our communities. This idea of being kind to one another, loving your neighbor, acceptance, compassion, respect. In Scripture, we would find things along the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, kindness. I could get up and do the little song and dance for you too, but this idea of being gentle, having self-control. I think regardless of who we believe in and what we believe in, we all strive to live in community together. This idea to identify and share our beliefs with one another and traditions with one another, to be heard, to be accepted, maybe not necessarily agreed with, but to be able to be in community and fellowship with one another as a family.
So the goal of our council is to promote communication, build bridges between diverse communities of East Brunswick. We want the diversity not just to be tolerated and accepted, but we want to celebrate the diversity of our town. It's actually really important to have these type of events to build bridges, have the communication going and talk about similarities, but not just similarities, but also differences, because differences is what makes us all stronger. And having that open dialogue and open communication, it really helps with that. To find out more information about East Brunswick Human Relations Council, make sure you like our page. That way, when you like our page, you'll be updated on all of our future events.